Hello everyone. Join us on an exciting journey with Explore the World Cameroon. London and Sydney go take you explore Cameroon, the heart of Africa. Experience the vibrant culture, nature, and traditions from Yaoundé market to rainforest adventures. Every page na new discovery. Join the Cameroonian food, music, and wildlife with our explorers. This book na true celebration of Cameroon spirit. Get your copy now. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and through your library and bookstores via Ingram's Park. Don't miss this adventure.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
What's going on, fam? This is Jay Cameron inviting you to join us in Ethiopia next March 2025. And this is going to be an iconic trip that you don't want to miss, a trip of a lifetime. We're going to be visiting Addis Ababa, Gondor, Lalibela. You'll have a chance to taste the amazing Ethiopian food. You'll also have a chance to visit the Rastafarian community. You'll get the history, you'll get the fashion, you have an opportunity to shop. It's going to be a trip, an experience of a lifetime. So make sure you sign up to join us in Ethiopia, March 2025.
Make sure you pick up my two books that's in Amazon right now. The first one is Passive-Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy. And I talk about in that particular book how the system of white supremacy really runs and on our daily lives here in America. In our latest book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we go through those steps to try to deprogram you from the system of white supremacy. Make sure you can pick up those books on Amazon.com.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us here tonight on the stream. We greatly appreciate you being here. You could have been a whole lot of other places, but you came here with us, and we appreciate that. No matter where you're at in the world, shout out to all the people here, definitely in the United States of America. All my brothers and sisters out there in the continent that could be watching. I seen, I think it was a sister from Kenya the other day. I left a comment. He wrote me a very encouraging message. I appreciate your sister for writing that message from Kenya. Sometimes those messages like that go a long way. So shout out to the brothers and sisters in Kenya. Those of you out there in South Africa as well, Ghana, Nigeria, shout out to all of y'all that be, coming by and all of that. All right, so tonight we got to talk about your vice president, once again. It's like every day she's doing something. She's doing something, and I don't get it. I just don't get it. But she's doing something. I love also looking at my calendar, and I realized next Tuesday is a debate. That's going to be interesting, and I will make sure to end the stream at least 15 minutes prior to that happening. That way, I can get comfortable. Because I want to see it. I got to see it and study every bit of it, so we can talk about that the following day on the Wednesday stream next week on the 11th. But yeah, September 3rd, and we trucking along. A few things before we get started. People that write, they say, hey, we like to advertise on your platform. How can I do that, XYZ? Okay, the first thing, of course, you're writing us and letting us know you're interested. The question's going to be asked to you, do you have an ad already ready to go, right? So if you're already at that point, you got a, ad 15 to 30 seconds, great, right? If it has music in it, make sure it's royalty-free music, okay? And if you got all that ready to go, then hey, yeah, send us a message, and we can definitely get you in over here with the advertising. We love all the advertising. That's very important. We haven't got a big advertiser as of yet. I think it'll happen eventually. But all the advertising we have has been, local businesses or brothers and sisters that have their own business, small business entrepreneur. And shout out to them because without the small business, you don't have nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Not everybody's Amazon, not everybody's Walmart. You got more people out here who just doing their thing, but they surviving. And shout out to them. Also, just a reminder, if you're going to Ethiopia, just make sure you keep up with your payments and all of that. So you can come with us in March and have a great time. And, understand that Ethiopia is, I don't know if any of you been to, I think, Denver or places like that. Ethiopia, the elevation is pretty high over there. So if you notice when you're climbing the stairs, like, why where I'm getting winded? Because the elevation is pretty high over there. So to let you know that ahead of time, you can drink water to alleviate that. For somebody, especially if you're climbing a lot of stairs in certain areas. Now, some areas are higher than others, but, to let y'all know that. Also, download the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store. We greatly appreciate that. The days are closing up to take advantage of the My News 50 in all caps, My News 50. If you want to get a yearly membership at half price, that's ending a couple of days, so take advantage of that. With that being said, let me check the chat, see where y'all at. Okay. I don't know what y'all talking about, but anyway, Gregory, I'm good. Goddess Navi, I'm good. We here. All right, so we got to deal with your. Let's see. Go ahead, knock out our devotional here. And anyway, and some of the people who could be new and don't understand why I do that, yeah, we do it just to be lighthearted, because after that, we're not going to be lighthearted. We're going to be very serious, and we just break up the monotony, just even for myself. We break up the monotony. And if you're a person who just have, I don't know, ADHD issues, I don't know, and you just get so frustrated with something like that, you need to talk to your, mental health professional. You need to work that out, because life isn't about moving like this for every single thing. Sometime in life, whether you like it or not, you got to wait for some things. You got to wait. It's not like it's a 10-minute thing, but you just got to wait. I learned that. So I found out the best way to wait is to stay busy as possible. That way you don't feel like you're waiting long, right? Just giving you a little advice. All right. So what I feel like doing today, I need some more. Since we're talking about Democrats, let me get some good motivation from a great Democrat.
Hey guys, it's Super Mayor Tiffany A. Henry, the people's mayor.
Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet, the mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't do no work.
What is that?
No comment. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
So this is what it's all about, guys. They don't want a black person in power. They don't want a woman in power. You if you ain't seen that yet. And someone so young. Everybody gotta understand, God give you what you can handle. That's what God give you. He ain't gonna give you more than that. As long as you can stay the course, fight the fight, and keep going, that's what we're gonna do here at Thornton Township.
Clerk, what are you doing? They're out of order.
You out of order. Did I call the roll? Did I say call the roll? I'm still speaking. You're out of order, Clerk Key. You out of order, Clerk Key. Like, stop. Y'all out of order. Everybody want to run stuff. Y'all don't run this house over here. Stop, please. So you have to listen in order to learn. Remove her. Remove her. That's what all the hate is all about. It's all about your super mayor became too powerful too quick. So rare, so unique, and that's what everybody got the problem. It's all about control. And I stand in the fight because I want the boys and girls of the next generation to see what it looks like to come out of controversy and to come out of all the hatred unscathed. At the end of the day, God gives the test to his strongest soldiers.
Go tell that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was the greatest Democrat mayor of America, Tiffany Henyard. Definitely a certified Democrat. All right. Class is in session. Everybody get your pens, papers, and be ready to participate. But before we participate, I got to answer a question, and I got to just do a reminder. So the first reminder we want to do tonight, let me go ahead on and get to my screen here. Where's my screen? All right, cool. Here's my screen. I thought it was okay. Cool. Vote.gov, ladies and gentlemen. Go to vote.gov to register to vote. You have a little bit, almost 60 days coming up. Vote.gov so you can participate. You can't just be mad at what's happening to black folk. You got to participate. Don't even be on the couch. Get up and vote against blue no matter who. And the only way you can do that, you have to be registered to vote. What is the vote against blue no matter who strategy? It is to vote for anybody, even including yourself, as long as you don't give a vote to blue. That is the only way we're going to send a proper message to the Democrats that we are not the people to be messed with. If you go vote those people back in office, Black America is finished. Just that simple. So if a Democrat is running unopposed, vote for yourself. That's still considered voting against blue, no matter who, okay? So the only way you can do that is be registered to vote. Vote.gov, vote.gov. All right. And the other thing that we need to, I had a question. Hold on, let me see if I can get to this. Where is it at? All right. So the question I had from the one sister down there, if you need help with anything about a passport, go to travel.state.gov and they will give you all the information you need to obtain a U.S. passport. Okay, it's just that simple. You're applying for the first time as an adult. There you go. And then it'll tell you about everything you need right here. Confirm you meet the requirements, fill it out online. It's very easy. You can just fill out your form online, fill it out. It's so easy. I've done it. You print it. You can print it up. You find your location to apply. You got it right there. So you type in your zip code, all that, and they'll give you. So let's say if I don't know, give me a zip code. I don't know. Well, let's go to city and state. No. Let's see here. I don't know. Let me put in a zip code somewhere around here. Just to type. Okay. So they tell you, like, if you're in Galveston area, they tell you exactly where you can go. See, so I just put in there and then they tell you everywhere. Now, to give y'all some game about this. So I like going to the courthouse. Like I used to live in this area, but I used to always go to the courthouse because the courthouse is faster than me. The post office, I never did the post office. The post office is I don't like how they move, but the courthouse has always been better. So I would suggest go to the courthouse and do it if you can. And it's always been faster at the courthouse. That's just my suggestion with that. So if you want to get a passport, go ahead and do that. All right. So tonight, we're going to talk about Blaccent tonight and why Blaccent is very offensive. Blaccent is very offensive because, one, you're faking the funk. You're faking the funk because you're thinking that's what we like. That's what black people like. That's the way you talk to black people, right? And I'm going to start off with some footage tonight. We're going to start off with the footage of AOC, or her real name, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She has, developed a Blaccent too, Okay. This is why the title is what we put down tonight on the screen there. The VP Kamala Harris must have gone to AOC School of Blaccent. All right. And why did I put that in there? So let's go on and just start the Blaccent footage. And then I'll stop in a certain area.
Proud to be a bartender. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with working retail, folding clothes for other people to buy. There is nothing wrong with preparing the food that your neighbors will eat. There is nothing wrong with driving the buses that take your family to work. There is nothing wrong with being a working person in the United States of America, and there is everything dignified about it.
And I, for one, am tired of hearing about how a two-bit union buster thinks of himself as more of a patriot than the woman who fights every single day to lift working people out from under the boots of greed, trampling on our way of life.
Now, you know AOC don't talk to her abuela like that. We all know she don't talk to her abuela like that. She don't talk to her Tio like that or Tia that way. You know she don't do that. She do not talk that way, but she thinking that that's the way to talk to black folks or to get her some sort of recognition. I mean, she could talk in her own Puerto Rican accent because she's Puerto Rican, right? But when she go talk to them folks, she's not talking that way. She's trying to speak like she got some sort of education. But when you talk to black people, that's the way you talk to them because, you know, black people, you don't have to talk to them about policy. You just got to get on a level with them and try to speak like them. And you know what I'm saying? To me, it's very insulting. It's very insulting. You practice your Blaccent, but you won't craft a policy. You work on your Blaccent, but go ask AOC about reparations. She believes Puerto Ricans and other Hispanics should be getting reparations too. That's what she said. So she don't believe in reparations either, but the majority of the Democrat Party don't believe in reparations. That's why Gavin Newsom and got the flunkies, right, in the Black Caucus over there in California to go sabotage reparations. They'd rather do a Blaccent than give you something that's tangible for you as a black person. That's the offense. That is the great offense of what they're doing. Now, I guess Vice President Kamala Harris must have went to the AOC School of Blaccent, you know, and so everybody's talking about her Blaccent today. She had went to did a speech in Detroit, you know, there's a lot of black people in Detroit, right? And well, I guess she felt the same way. I got to get on the same level with these black folk. But see, it's a problem with her doing it more than anybody else. We'll get to that. But let's cue up that. It's a little short clip. Not going to take long. Now, they showed where she did it in Detroit. And then when she went in front of them folks in Pittsburgh, I don't know how many, if any of y'all been to Pittsburgh, but when she went in front of them folks in Pittsburgh, I want you to listen to how she's talking.
You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. Thank unions for sick leave. Thank unions for paid family leave. Thank unions for your vacation time. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. Thank unions for sick leave. Thank unions for paid family leave.
This is the problem I have with some of this with her, you know. Like, can y'all give her like about 3 or 4 different speeches? That way she's not doing the same speech everywhere she going. Like, whoever writing her speeches, y'all lazy. Y'all are completely lazy. Everybody, she's literally doing the same speech everywhere she's going. I mean, all that money that she raised, man, I would have a different speech. I'm like, how many campaign stops we doing today? We doing 12? I need 12 speeches. With these talking points, but I need 12 speeches. Go. Because you're not going to have me literally looking like a propaganda meal that I'm repeating the same words everywhere I go. Like, you know, people got camera phones. Like, come on, Democrats. Y'all say that Kamala has so much money raised that she's giving money to down ballot candidates. Talking about she done gave $25 million. Maybe you should spend a little bit of it and get maybe about 4 or 5 speechwriters on the team. That way she's not saying the same speech every day. My Lord, like I said, isn't that common sense, ladies and gentlemen? That's common sense. So let me tell you why Blaccent is a thing. It is a thing. You doggone right, it's a thing. And let me tell you why she shouldn't be saying this, right? Let's just remind y'all why she shouldn't be doing no Blaccent, just like AOC don't need to be doing no Blaccent. This is why I don't say she shouldn't be doing Blaccent right here.
I ask you about your opponent, Donald Trump. I was a little bit surprised. People might be surprised to hear that you have never interacted with him, met him face to face. That's going to change soon. But what I want to ask you about is what he said last month. He suggested that you happened to turn black recently for political purposes. Questioning, of course.
Now, that Blaccent she just did, wasn't she trying to turn black for political purposes? That's what it sounded like to me. But okay.
Part of your identity.
Yeah.
Any
same old tired playbook. Next question, please.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the issue and that's the problem. So it sounds like Donald Trump was right. You just trying to play black just for politics and for votes. Yeah, happened to turn black. And she didn't say, you know what I'm saying? That's why I got an issue that with her. But then this is the Shields have been saying, ladies and gentlemen. The Shields is like, well, she's code switching. No, she's not. No, she's not. First of all, she isn't a black American. It's a history of why black Americans are quote unquote code switching. East Indians, how many of you have worked around East Indians? Or had any job with East Indians? Any of you in the chat have worked around any East Indians? I have. And guess what? They don't have to code switch at all. They still speak with their same accents everywhere they go. They don't quote unquote code switch. So what are you talking about? That she's code switching. She don't know what code switching is. But this is the same woman that talked about she put greens or collard greens, whatever kind of greens she fixing. She putting it in the bathtub. Now you know good and well no black American put no greens in a bathtub. Oh no, I can hear my grandmother right now. She said, what? Greens in a bathtub? That's where you take a bath at. You don't put nothing in no bathtub. You can put that in the kitchen sink. You go wash them in the sink. Then another reason why I knew she's not a black American. If you watch that video where she talking about the greens, she said that she used bacon. She put bacon in the beginning, like when she's making her greens. And I say, okay, you don't know what you're doing. First of all, anybody know greens? You're from the South. What you put in it? What kind of meat you put in it? It's a one word or two words, but what you normally put in it? I want to see if y'all know anything about those greens you put in it. You got to chop it up though, but you got to put something in it. What y'all put in it? Do y'all know what you put in them greens? I looked at her like she was crazy when she said bacon. I said, bacon? Nobody put no bacon in there. Okay, some people some people do that. But where I'm from, you get that salt meat. How many of y'all know what salt meat or salt pork? But salt meat. You get that package of salt meat, chop that salt meat up, cook that salt meat down. Like, you always got to have that salt meat. Now, I've never seen no bacon put in no doggone, like, where they do that at? Yeah, I see the turkey thing. I've seen that too. But that was kind of added later. But we talking about in the beginning when you're doing all the cooking, you got to put that salt meat in there. It's salt meat, salt pork. It's the same thing I'm talking about, but they would say salt meat, but it's salt pork. That was the main thing that you got to put in there. So when she mentioned bacon, and then she mentioned vinegar, and like vinegar, like what are you doing? But that's somebody that's not from our culture. And they're trying to, at times, cosplay her as she's part of our culture. And she's not. Yeah, I don't know what Black American person used bacon. That's what I'm saying. Or when she said the bathtub, I'm like, oh, okay, man. All right. Could you just, look, teach me how to make some chicken masala. Teach me that. That's some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's straight. That'd be something good that she can make. You know what I'm saying? Or the chickpeas with the curry and all that. Man, teach me to cook that. Indian food is good. There's nothing wrong with Indian food. I've gone to Indian restaurants to eat the Indian food. I like it because they don't be cooking with all that, without the meat and all that. So if like you're a person that don't want to be eating meat, Indian restaurants are a perfect place to go. Why not? I love Indian food. Yeah, talking about the different hot sauce, talking about, oh yeah, I like Tabasco because of the vinegar. No, when people talk about Tabasco sauce, I'm from the South. When you talk about Tabasco sauce, you're not thinking about the vinegar content. You're just thinking about the taste. There's two hot sauce that we would normally eat down here for the most part. Tabasco and Louisiana. Maybe somebody, had Crystal here and there, but it was mostly Tabasco or Louisiana. Tabasco sauce, yes, it has vinegar, but it was hotter. Now, I would like my Tabasco sauce back in the day when I used to eat that sort of stuff in my gumbo. Man, they'll make that good gumbo, especially that I like my grandma made that okra gumbo, right? Made that okra gumbo, and but people also the same thing about okra. You gotta know how to cook okra, because some people don't know how to cook okra right. You gotta cook that slime out that okra. If you don't cook all that slime out that okra, it's gonna be nasty. So anyway, you gotta cook the slime out. Well, anyway, so with the gumbo. Yeah, growing up, I'll be shaking like this with that. Boy, I'm like, if my nose wasn't running like this, then it wasn't good. There was some good times. My grandma always had some good food in there. Cause see, my grandfather, he used to grow okra. So that's why I got to kind of see the barter system and how it worked a little bit. Because my grandfather grew okra, and my grandfather was so cold, man. I watched my grandfather. And I hate he got sick before I got old enough to learn. But he would make a garden with a shovel. No tiller, no nothing. And he'll make that garden with them like he'll have it flattened, or you could walk in between it. And it looked like a tiller did everything when he used a doggone shovel to do it all. And he would plant that okra. Them okras will grow tall too. And he was great at that okra. He would plant okra, watermelon, and that watermelon, let me see. Man, look at something on my area. God, I don't have nothing red on my area. Not red enough. That watermelon my grandfather used to grow will be blood red and so sweet. I see these watermelon today. I don't buy them. That stuff would be pink. I'd be like, what's with these pink watermelon today? Or barely red? What is that crap? I grew up, man. I was a kid. We would get them big watermelon, cut them things up, and it'll be so sweet. It'll be so sweet. It'll be so sweet. You probably want to put a little salt on it. Now, how many of y'all would do that with your watermelon? Put a little salt on it. You don't like watermelon? Then look, that's that new watermelon. No, if you ate that watermelon I grew up with back in the 80s and 90s, when my grandfather was doing it, coming straight, we talking about organic, no pesticides, no none of that, straight organic. So they would have so much watermelon and so much okra left over. My grandmother would, after you pick the okra, he'd say, come outside, pick this okra with me. So he'd go out there and pick that okra and then bring it in to my grandma. My grandma would sit there and she would cut that okra, and then she'll cook it. She'll put it in the pot cook it a little bit, not much, just a little bit, and put it in plastic bags, and then they'll put it in the deep freezer. Because black folks, black folks at least in my neighborhood, everybody had a deep freezer. Everybody had a deep freezer. So you go put it in the deep freezer. So when it's time to cook some okra, you want to make some okra and rice, okra gumbo, whatever with okra, cool. If they had a bunch of okra left, they had a neighbor across the street, and Miss Rose and them had figs. So they say, well, hey, look, I call Miss Rose, go over there, bring these bags, all this okra to Miss Rose, and then go get them figs for me. So she'll send me over there to go get it. And then I had to come back, I was the Postmates. I was the Uber Eats, right? Back in the day. They be sending you all over the place to be doing things from, hey, take this plate across the way over here to this person's house because they need something to eat or whatever. I got some extra food. Go take that plate for them. It's good times. She said, yeah, good times. So anyway, you get them figs, y'all. I'm going on tangent now. Because Kamala just pissing me off about how she just talking crap about the food that come from my community. Go get them figs. My grandma, bring them figs back to my grandma. My grandma would get them figs. She'll cook them down, put a little sugar in it. She'll get the mason jars and put them figs, in the mason jars and keep them figs, right? Well, she'll take them figs. She'll use them for the buttermilk biscuits. Look, I didn't know what canned biscuits was until I got grown. I never knew what canned biscuits was because I never ate them before until I got grown. So she'll take them fig preserves and boy, cut them, and them biscuits were huge she'll make, right? Cut that, put a little butter, put them figs in there, or she'll make them pancakes. Same thing with pancakes. I didn't know what box pancakes was until I was grown because she would make everything from scratch at the crib, so when I hear Kamala talking about putting some doggone greens in a bathtub, that's just insulting to our culture. That's insulting. And you're laughing about it. It's not funny. It'd be like me insulting Indian people, trying to relate to them, and I'm insulting them by the way that I'm cooking the food. That's not the way if you want to relate to Black Americans, Vice President Kamala Harris, give us a policy. If you want to relate to us, why don't you speak out against what happened in California about the reparations? That's how you can relate to us. You ain't got to do a Blaccent. You don't got to do any of that. If you want to relate to Black Americans, say, you know what, I'm going to do an anti-Black hate crime bill. I'm going to do that. If you want to relate to us. Giving us tangible things that we need as a community, that's how you relate to us. You don't have to talk about food that you don't know how to cook. You don't have to Blaccent. You don't have to do none of that. Just give us what we need. But see, the Democrat Party, and we have to say it's part of, well, I won't say it is part of our fault, but I will lend probably more the civil rights generation fault, probably a little bit more. The civil rights generation kind of trained the Democrat Party that they don't have to do nothing for them. All they have to do is give them a pat on the head, do some Blaccent, come to the church, sing Amazing Grace, or whatever the case may be. They get happy with that. And then, they go vote for him, and then they don't see him again in church again to another 4 years. And they come right back doing the same thing. But nothing gets done in the Black community. So the previous so we literally having to correct the previous generation's issues. Because they have trained the Democrats for the past 60 years that you don't have to do nothing for Black people. Just do a Blaccent, give them a fish fry, fish fry Clyburn. Hey, give them some free food. They'd be happy with a fish fry. Last time people that went, they said the fish was dry and all that. And that's messed up, right? All that money Clyburn getting all them years. You can't go out there and bring no proper fish. But that's kind of like how we've been trained, how we have trained them. So now we have to, so us talking about we want something now, that's like Democrats like, whoa, where'd that come from? Who you been talking to? Because that's not the way y'all been talking. We just have to sing Amazing Grace, hug your baby, kiss your baby, play a saxophone, say we smoked a little something, and we inhaled, and hey, we were just told, like, listen, I remember in the 90s, They said Bill Clinton was the first black president. It wasn't no Barack Obama. It was Bill Clinton. Why did they say that? Because he went on Arsenio Hall and played a saxophone with some shades on. Like today we look at that as so cringe, right? But back in the day, they were so excited with that. And he talked about he had got high. And oh boy, you had, I still remember Cedric Entertainment, you need to come out and apologize. You was one of the main one. He a black president because he smoked and he was he played a saxophone and that's the man that signed the 1994 crime bill. While y'all was impressed about a doggone saxophone, he signed a crime bill that mass incarcerated black people. And the Congressional Black Caucus all voted for it. And that's why we don't have nothing today, because of things like that was happening during Bill Clinton too. Because everybody points at Biden, and yes, Biden did author it, but Biden wasn't the president. Bill Clinton was the president. He signed that into law. And the Congressional Black Caucus was standing there right with him when they signed the 1994 crime bill. Hold on. Let me see if I can go find that video. Give me a second. It popped in my head. I got to show y'all better than I can tell you. Because this situation with these traitors, y'all talking about California? Nah, California is not only the issue. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that video. So y'all can see who's there. I know C-SPAN probably got it somewhere. Right? Let's see. Where is it at? Let me see. Not on the 30-minute. How many people was there? Give me a second. That's the AP. See Biden. Hold on. I'm trying to see all who was up there. I can't find a shorter version of it. Man, I was hoping C-SPAN had a short version of it, so you ain't got to be going through it. God, maybe next time I'll get this, because AP be tripping sometimes. That's why I don't want to kind of show that situation with AP. Just give me a second. Maybe I can show y'all this from here. Let's see, it's Al Gore. No, that's not what I'm. Let me see. Hold on. It was a lot of people too. I'll work on that one day. Just let me, because I think that deserves his whole stream about how our black representation been selling us out, forever, and now we just kind of noticing it, but we haven't got anything as a community because of that reason. So when it comes to people like Vice President Kamala Harris, she only following the tradition of this what you do to get the black vote. So in a way we get upset with the Democrats, but in another way we kind of train them to treat us that way. That's why it's kind of like that statement, you train people how to treat you. And we train them how to treat us, and which is not good. And that's why they're so blatant. This is why they do the crap that they do. This is why, they can go to the DNC and be this blatant. They can be this blatant right here and bring Planned Parenthood to the DNC. And as you can see, we are participating in the mess, as you can see. That's how bad it's gotten, because us as a community have not put our foot down on any of the stuff that the DNC is doing, and now we're doing it. That's why you're seeing so much pushback and why you're seeing so much shock from them when we are doing some pushback from some of this stuff. I mean, this stuff, as you can see, we cannot forget this, and this is extremely ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen, ridiculous. But this is where we're at here in America. This is where we're at. Well, you know what? If you're on board, or if you're in California, please be on board. Please be on board. And like that Republican dude said, I don't know if y'all saw what he said, but let me see if I can pull that up. Let me go to my X account and actually pull that up real quick so we can read that together. Because I didn't read that on the time I did that, so give me a second. Let me go to profile. Let me go to. I retweeted the dude what he said. Okay. All right, so let's get back on the screen, because this is actually exposing the Democrats. All right, here we go. Now, this is the man that the Republican dude in California that exposed, that wanted to put the bill up. So he said, I want to be clear about what's happening last night in the California legislature and my views on the issue of reparations. He said, for years, the Democrat Party has been promising to pay direct cash reparations to Americans who have been harmed by slavery. 100% true. That's why they started a commission talking about, we're going to pay reparations. We're going to pay reparations. Now, they did that right around the time that Gavin Newsom had a recall? And they were trying to recall Gavin Newsom. So all of a sudden they put this commission together. That was to save the hide of Gavin Newsom at the time because they had recalled him. Think about that. California voters was getting together to want him out, right? And he played on black people with reparations. Okay, cool. Let's go. He said they convinced voters they were serious about this proposal and that they would enact legislation to make it happen. That's 100% true. He said when the time came to pass the bills, they went into hiding and refused to bring the bills to the floor for a vote. There were hundreds of activists in the Capitol being visibly ignored by the Democrats in Sacramento. He said they weren't even allowed to enter the public gallery. Now, this is supposed to be a public place. The Democrats kept out the constituents to watch the proceedings. See, I've never seen that happen. Well, he's never seen that happen. Never. So when black folks show up about their reparations, the Democrats go into overtime. He said, I met with several members of the public there to support the bills. I found them to be sincere, honest, and deeply frustrated Americans, which many of black Americans are. He said, I believe there should be a debate and recorded vote on the issue. Politicians cannot be allowed to make promises to the people who elect them and then hide like cowards when it's time to go on record. He said, at minimum, the people are owed a hearing, an opportunity to know where their elected representative stands on the issue. He said, I've always been clear about my views. I have not been a supportive of California taxpayers paying the wrongs of slave states. Perhaps slave states and the Democrat Party who fought for slavery should be financially responsible. He said, however, I do believe we need to have a conversation about making direct investments and important policy changes into communities that have been harmed by past injustices. This is a conversation Republicans are very much open to having. He said it's unconscionable that Democrats this year have spent billions, with a B, billions on handouts to illegal immigrants, including giving them free universal health care, which they did at the beginning of the year, and down payment assistance, which they passed. They was waiting for Gavin Newsom to sign it, to buy a new home. These are people who broke our laws and just showed up in our country. If we have billions to give to illegal immigrants, then why don't we have billions to invest in our own American communities? Hey, I can't argue with that part of it. Can't argue. That's 1,000% true. And no other country operates like that. He said in the coming weeks, I intend to have meaningful, serious, and productive conversations on this topic. He said, my message to black Americans is do not blindly support any political party or politicians simply because of the letter next to their name. Make them earn your vote. All 80 members of the California Assembly are up for election this November. That's your opportunity to make your voices heard. Now, I like everything that he had to say. He's saying everything that we've been saying here. Don't commit to no political party. Only commit to the policy. And let me tell black folks something. Let me get back on screen here. Black folk in California, why don't you go holler at the Republicans? Go holler at them. Go try to have some meetings with them. What could it hurt? You see what the Democrats did, so what could it really hurt to go sit down and talk with the Republicans now and say, hey, what you got to offer? We both agree about this immigration issue. We both agree that all these resources, billions of dollars going to them, we both agree on that. We may not agree on the reparations issue, right? Definitely don't agree with that. But we do agree about this portion of it, that we don't want our tax dollars going to them. We don't agree with them having universal health care. We don't agree with that. So let's have a conversation. Because let me tell you something. When it comes to business, in business, you have to negotiate. And you got to get both sides to concede to something in business. It's not about your emotions. It's not about you acting like a petulant child. You have to consider all your options. The problem with black Americans, definitely in California, you only consider the Democrats. And that's it. Why don't you go holler at the Republicans? If that man want to have a conversation and he say, hey, black people, come over here and holler at us. Let's talk. Let's see what it is. I think personally, the reparationist that's there would be more aligned right now to go talk to the Republican than a Democrat. Because if I'm not going to get reparations, well, I know the Republican not going to give all these migrants all this money. I know that much. They're going to cut that off. So I'm the type of person, hey, look, if I'm not going if I'm not going to get something, then let us all not get nothing in, if that's the case. But I think black folks could actually, if they wanted to, they could really put a dent in California politics if you actually told the Republicans, let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Let's sit down. Get out your feelings about racism and all that. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care. Listen, let me tell you about racism with me. I don't care who's racist. I don't care. You ain't living at my house. You're not coming to my house. I'm not going to yours. All I care about is my family, my community, my God. That's it. When I'm dealing with you, it's not about me, you liking me and oh, you care about me. Look, that's not about that. We here to talk about some business. Or in some circles, business. We here to talk about some business. So let's talk. Hey, we both agree about that migrant crisis, so we can link up on that. Hey, what we got to do with that, man? Hey, so okay, now we're freeing that money up. Okay, if we vote for y'all, are you gonna send some of this money to our black communities that's been starved out? We need some of them resources, and you got to negotiate with these resources because right now in California, the Democrats are not giving y'all nothing. That's a wrap. You have. It's kind of like what Trump said. What the hell do you got to lose? In California, for sure. You don't have nothing to lose at this point. You can't even run around there talking about, oh, well, maybe the Democrats. No, the Democrats showed you they behind. They showed you the other day what they thought about you. They showed you, they played with your emotions for 2 years. For 2 years, they played with your emotions. They played with all of y'all about these reparations meetings and the reparations task force. They played with y'all. You cannot go out there in November and go vote for those Democrats. If I was in California, I'm telling you straight up, if I was in California, I'd be voting straight Republican. I'm telling you, I would. If I was in California, I'm like, man, I'm voting for every Republican on the ticket. I don't care about no black folks at this point. Now, that black folks are Republican, okay. But I'm voting straight Republican because I'm sick of it. Boy, I would be so upset if I lived in California right now. I'm like, I am going vote straight Republican. Yeah. Hey, if I was in California, I would do it. See, I told y'all, he's a Trump supporter. And if I supported Trump, what are you going to do about it? If I want to go vote straight Republican, what any of you going to do about it? It's my voting rights. Remember, my ancestors died for me to vote, right? That's what y'all said. So you got to get out there and vote because your ancestors died. Well, I would be exercising my voting rights because my ancestors died. Listen, when it comes to these shields, y'all got to take that attitude. So what? What are you going to do about it? Well, you're wrong for that. I don't care. So what? What are you going to do about it? You're not going to do nothing but thumb thug on the internet, or you're going to make a video running off at your mouth. What are you going to do about it? Trust me, when you start telling them, so what are you going to do about it? It literally disarms them. It disarms them. You probably going to go to a MAGA rally. And if I did go to a MAGA rally, what are you going to do about it? You gonna stop me? You say, some people say, where Trump at? Yeah. And if you want to vote for Trump, okay, you vote for Trump. y'all can't be voting for Trump. If we want to vote for Trump, we'll do it. If we want to vote for third party, we do it. If we want to vote for ourselves, we do it. But if I was in California, I would be voting Republican, bottom line. I would. For the simple fact that what they did the other day, oh no. Oh, hell no. Hell no. A black person in California right now in November go and vote Democrat. It's some other words I want to say, but I'm going to say that it's like you want to be homeless. You want to just have everybody just keep stepping on you. Like black folks are already just about done in California, but you will finish yourself off if you go after that stunt that you saw in California the other day, and you would still go out and vote for them people. I mean, come on, bro. Like, no, that's not it. You say I am and has voted Republican, but it's still nonpartisan. Just because you have voted for Republican in one election doesn't mean you join the Republican Party. You still can be nonpartisan. You're only going to vote at the time for what's in your interest. That's it. I said something. Well, I'll repeat it. You vote for yourself, your community, and your pocketbook. I'm going to repeat that again. You vote for yourself, your community, and your pocketbook. All this, the first that, you can't pay a light bill. I can't pay a light bill with the first anybody. I can't pay at the grocery store. I can't tell somebody a gender this and that. No. My pocketbook is what's going to pay for the food, the light, the internet I'm on right now. Any equipment I'm using is going to be my pocketbook. So if you're going to vote, you vote your pocketbook. You vote what your community need, which is money, and it goes right back to your pocketbook. Everything is about money. It's not about nobody's anything. It's about the money. What's up with the money, man? That's all I think we need to be focused on with government. What's up with the money? What's up with the money? Where is it going? You spending money on these services? Okay, is it benefiting our community? It's about the money. The money. Because when these migrants come in here, guess what it's about? Giving them money, giving them resources. But some of y'all still running around here with this emotional attachment and, we gotta stop Trump. We gotta stop this. We gotta stop that. And it's all off of emotion. Vice President Kamala Harris can't even tell you what she's gonna do on the first day. She don't even know. She don't know at all. But if I was in California, you doggone right. Republicans all day long for this election for sure. Man, that just pissed me off, man. It pissed me off with what I saw. And I don't even live in California, and it pissed me off. Yeah, it's all business, man. It's all business. Y'all black folks got to get on that business tip. Business. It's not about you want to be emotional? Be emotional with your husband. Be emotional with your wife. Be emotional with your children. Be emotional with your grandmammy. Be emotional with them. Now no politician, no political party. Man, please. Are you emotional at your job? Your job is what? That's business to you. You go there to work, earn a living. You don't attach yourself to that job emotionally. That's why you can leave that job tomorrow and get another one because you have no emotional attachment to it. You there for business. You there to get that bread. So when it comes to these political parties, hey, man, what policy you going to have for me? Either protection or money. One or two. That's the two functions of government that I need, protection and money. Reparations is about money. It's not about education. It's about money. It can't be more in the check now. Well, you hear any black person saying that in these organizations, NAACP, NCOBRA, it ain't just about a check. No, you told me you just got your check. So that's why you can tell me who don't have a check, it's not about a check because you got your check already because you've been put in place to sell out black people and you were paid to do it. So yes, it's about the same check you got. I want my check. Just as much as you got yours, I want mine. I got kids. I got a wife. I need mine. So I got to get it. This election season is about business, folks. It's not about emotion. It's about business. It's not about fear. It's about business. And if you have no business for me, don't worry about it. We cool. If you ain't got no business, don't worry about it. I know what I'm going to do. But remember, California is what got me to say vote against blue no matter who. That's what got me to say that. I wasn't saying that until I saw that. That just angered me. How dare they do that to black people? Basically, it's like what they did. It's like you getting a child's hopes up for something, and that child is so excited about it. That child is doing everything you said. Well, look, I'll buy you this PS5, but you got to do this, that, and the third. So you got to clean your room. You got to, sweep the yard, rake the leaves. You got to do this. You got to do that. So the child working so hard, for 3 months. The child doing every chore they can in the house. Now 3 months are up, and the child think they about to get their PS5. So, you gonna have you got my PS5? I can't get it right now. I don't have it. But you told me if I do all of these chores and do this, you was gonna give me the PS5. And then now it's time I did all this, and this is what you're gonna do? Like, why? Why would you do me like? And you was like, man, that's messed up. Why would you do that kid that, man? Like, you wrong for that. Get that child that PS5. Just as much as people say you would be wrong to do that to a child, that's just as much how I take it what they did to black people. They got your hopes up for 2 years. Gavin Newsom knew that he didn't want to do this. The Democrats don't support reparations because they don't. Because think about it. If you get reparations, then they know a lot of you going to leave the party. Because now, if you was to get, let's say, the reparations was $300,000, some people trick it off, but there's a lot of people that won't. Your financial class would change because you'd be smart with your money, and then Democrats are all about overtaxing, tax. So you start looking at Republican policies at that point and say, man, the Republicans let me keep my money in my pocket. The Democrats want to take it all from me, man. I ain't voting for them. That's another reason why they don't want you to have money. Think about that. If you look at income brackets, a lot of times, it's when you start getting a little bit more money, is when you're like, I can't fool with the Democrats. Because they want to overtax, tax. Kamala wants to tax the hell out you. She do. She want to tax the middle class and the poor because she's not going to tax herself. She's part of the rich. They never tax themselves. They'll lie and say, we're going to get Amazon and Walmart and the big corporations and make them pay their fair share. Then it doesn't be them paying a dime. It be you. Yeah. It's disgusting what Gavin Newsom did. That's why I'm saying if I was in California, I'll be voting Republican. I'll vote for Trump. I'll vote for anybody that's any race I can pick. It'd be all Republicans. I sure would. And I'd come out there and tell them Democrats, I voted all Republicans for what y'all did. Maybe we go talk to the Republicans. Let's see what kind of consensus we can make. We both agree on the immigration deal. That's one, right? So let's start having some conversations with that. Let's overturn all this immigration stuff that they put together here in California. We can work with the Republicans on that. Why not? Yeah, y'all better move right in California, ladies and gentlemen. You better move right. I'm telling you. Because you put them Democrats back in there, they're going to finish you off. I'm telling you. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on the stream tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. It's very, very important. Make sure you click that like button. And we appreciate everybody stopping by. We're just having these conversations tonight. And remember what I said about anybody that's trying to shame you. Tell them, so what? What are you going to do about it? Tell them that. Tell them. I want you to tell the Shields that. What are you going to do about it? They don't have an answer for it because they can't do nothing about it. That's the thing. I'm trying to release you from the little tactics that they try to use on you, or the shaming tactics or whatever, right? There you go. Use Barack Obama words. Use Michelle Obama when she say do something. Hey, I'm doing something. Michelle told me to do something, so I'm doing something. I'm going to vote Republican this time because of what y'all did in California. Michelle Obama said do something. I'm doing it. Barack said don't boo vote. I'm going to do that too. So shout out to Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. I'm taking their words. Throw that right in their face. That's what you do. That's what you do. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for listening. Join us on our podcast tonight, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be, having a conversation over there. And make sure you subscribe and go over there.